What is up, guys? Disturbed Sinner here, and bringing you an updated video in regards to information regarding the State of Decay, the Survival Edition that's coming out on Xbox One and PC. Now, obviously, a lot of people were asking the question, because it's coming out on next gen, is there going to be, the addition of cooperative play so that you can do it with your friends, and what exactly is coming with State of Decay Survival Edition, in regards to what's going to entice us to buy it, and basically, not a lot of difference, to be honest. Basically, the game is obviously going to bring forth all the expansions. So those expansions, or the DLC that they've advertised on their trailer, is basically the Breakdown, which came out, which was like a bonus feature of added missions, etc. After the first installment, or the full game of State of Decay first came out, and obviously the other DLC of State of Decay Lifeline, which was obviously a flip side of the story, or something else happening in the city or another part of the city with other characters, or other survivors. So, also there's been a lot of patches and a lot of fixes with them remodeling it and remaking it for the Xbox One and the PC. So that basically that should help out any glitches or bugs or problems that they had when it was released on the 360 version. Graphics aren't going to be amazingly different, but they're going to be noticeably different, and obviously as well the game should run a lot smoother as well, the fact that it's running at 60 frames a second instead of its 40-ish, 50, whatever it was on the Xbox 360. Now, the Undead Labs, obviously creators of State of Decay, had an interview with IGN, and the question obviously came about, what's happening with co-op. And unfortunately, it's not coming to the next-gen version of State of Decay. It's too difficult to add, and I quote here, this is Undead Labs. He feels it every time he plays it. Everybody feels it every time they play it. You just want to have that experience and share it with your friends. When the day comes, we will do it. But unfortunately, they want it to feel natural. They want it to feel like it's the cooperative play is meant to be there, and it doesn't feel like something that has just been kind of like bodged in there and kind of added to the game just because people have asked for it so much. So basically, the only advice I could probably give to anybody that is thinking, excuse me, I'm molting. There we go. The only thing I can recommend to people that are wanting to buy State of Decay on Xbox One or for the PC version would be that you haven't played it before. For those that have, myself included, I played it on the 360. I played both of the DLCs as well, Breakdown and Lifeline, and I only enjoyed the first installment of State of Decay. I didn't enjoy Breakdown, and I really didn't enjoy Lifeline, in my honest opinion. I think it was because the story was so gripping from the first one. You just wanted to know that they escaped, they got out, there was survivors, and so I just kind of wanted to know what was going on with that, and I was hoping that this State of Decay was going to bring that. Unfortunately, they're not. So, it's a letdown. For some, I'm a big fan of State of Decay. I absolutely love the game, but it's just not going to deliver, unfortunately. So there's no cooperative play. You're basically getting, for any of you who have already played it on the 360, you would be wasting your money. It's going to be around $30 in the US. I'm sorry, it is going to be $29.99, so $30, which is going to work out roughly about £25 in the UK. Elsewhere, I'm not too sure. Haven't worked out the differences in euros or etc. But yeah, so US is going to be $30 and UK is going to be about £25. And if you've already played it on the 360 and you've bought the DLCs as well to go with it on the 360, then technically all you're doing is replaying it. One other addition, that I forgot to mention, that was coming with this State of Decay for the next gen is the fact that they're adding more vehicles. There's going to be more vehicles within the game. There's going to be more weapons, and there's also going to be a few new missions in there as well. But in my personal opinion, that doesn't justify me repurchasing the game again just to experience a few new missions, etc. So unfortunately, I know I said in my last video, which I put up as my main trailer video on my YouTube, which has now been replaced by this one, I'm not going to be purchasing it, and I'm not going to be recording it, just for the sheer fact that I would be repeating what I've already done, and it would be pointless for me. in the retrospect that I wouldn't enjoy myself, because there are certain games out there you can buy, you can play again, and you can and you can enjoy. State of Decay isn't one of those, and that's just because of the fact that it was such good a game that the storyline is kind of embroidered into my memory that I just want to play the sequel. What I will do, however, is I'm going to work on transferring my videos of the State of Decays that I did. I'll be taking them down from my old YouTube and I'll be uploading them onto this YouTube as kind of a way of showing that I've done it, ready for that when Undead Labs work on the sequel to this State of Decay. A little bit disappointed the fact that they weren't working on that already. I mean, ideally it would have been good for them to, bring out the sequel for next gen, cooperative, put some cooperative play in there as well, just to spice things up a bit and make it a selling point for the game, and then work on the remodeled one for Xbox One as while that one's running kind of thing, and they'd finish that one. So they spent a lot of time, in my personal opinion, wasting players' time, by just basically releasing something that probably a lot of people who will pay attention to something that Undead Labs have released and just wasted their time, because obviously we were expecting a sequel, we were expecting a continuation, or we were expecting something, even. I mean, if the remake model had the cooperative play, I would have done it. I would have bought it, just because it would have been a bit more fun then. But to sit there and play a game and not be able to enjoy it with your friends, I did it on 360 and we were just basically talking amongst each other at different stages that we were at, and it's not the same. You can't experience it the same. So, yeah, but I'll move the videos across from my Grimm's Creed to my Disturbed Sinner YouTube so that you guys can obviously see how to get certain achievements. I'm presuming the achievements are going to be the same, bar obviously the extra missions that are going to be added. But other than that, yeah. At the moment, at this very moment in time, I mean, there's still a long time yet. It's 28th of April yet, so I may change my mind. I may just buy it just for the fact that I really do like the game, but we'll see. We'll see what happens anyway. But that's the update for that video, and that's the information there for you guys. So, just a quick recap before I end this. What is coming with this is obviously the Breakdown and the Lifeline DLC content that came with the 360. You're also getting extra missions, more vehicles, more weapons, and obviously increased graphics and a faster frame rate. And that's pretty much it. That is what you're getting with it. Also, sorry to mention, anyone of you that actually owned a 360 version, so you bought the 360 version and obviously you're now on Xbox One, if you do purchase it, you have to do the pre-order. You have to do the pre-release. If you already purchased it beforehand, so I think there's a limited time slot that you can get this, but you'll also get a bonus character as well that wasn't in the 360 version. So other than that, though, there is no difference in regards to the game itself. There's going to be no extra DLC. It is only the 2 DLCs, and it is obviously the game, the original first starting game off itself. So, yeah, sorry to be the bearer of bad news. I said I'd have a look. I've had a look, and I got disappointed about it. So, hey ho, can't win every time. Thanks for watching, guys. Sinner, peace out.